Welcome. Today I'm going to put you through on how to use updated version of Microsoft Word. Microsoft Word is a word processor developed by Microsoft. It can be used to create different documents of different types, okay, depending on your interest. Microsoft Word can be used by an individual and by businesses. If you see any paperwork that has some text on it around you physically, maybe books, okay, or some official documents, that is likely to be created using Microsoft Word application, which after that, it was printed out. On my daily basis, I interact with Microsoft Word because as a writer, I still make use of it. There are two major ways you can access Microsoft Word. You can access that on the web through www.microsoft365.com or as a desktop app. Okay, if you are using a Windows PC, it's likely to come pre-installed on your device. So what you need to do is just to open it and activate it by subscribing to Microsoft 365 program. For information purpose, Microsoft 365 is a program developed by Microsoft which contains major Office apps including Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, and so many others, okay? In addition, you can use MS Word as a mobile app. This makes it handy for you to use. I have a video on this my channel on how you can use Word as a mobile application. So check the video in the description section. I have a link there, so click on it to watch more about that, okay? Without wasting much time, let's jump into it and learn this practically. Let me first walk you through on how you can access Word on the web, okay? So I'll be using my Microsoft Edge browser. So I'll open it. I'm using it because Edge is a product of Microsoft, okay? Then visit Microsoft365.com, okay? I'm logged in automatically because I saved my login details on this browser, okay? So in your own case, you may require to log in with your Microsoft account, email address, and password, okay? So look at this margin. You can see some applications here, and Microsoft Word is one of them. Let's say I want to use Microsoft Word on the web here, so I'll click on it. As it opens, I can go with blank documents or any of these pre-designed templates, okay? So if you don't have Microsoft 365 already installed on your device, just click on this install apps and follow the on-screen guide to activate Microsoft 365. But for me, I have already installed it. So let's go with the desktop version of Word. So I'll close this, click on start and search Word. Okay, see Word here, but you can still search that if you don't have it on that space. Okay, see as it shows up in the search result, I'll click on it for it to open. Similar to what we have on the web, this interface opens. This is what you call the start screen, okay? It displays blank documents and some other templates, okay? Take for example, I want to design something that has to do with numbers coloring book. I can go with this option. What I need to do, just open this, edit the information there to suit into what I want to create, okay? If you want to see more templates, just click on more templates, okay? Okay, let's assume I need a template that will guide me on how to create resume. So I'll type it here, resume or CV, anyone that is same. So I'll search. You can see this shows up some samples, okay? So I can go with this, I can go with this, I can do it. Just you have a lot of options. So select any and then edit it the way you want it, okay? With your personal information, all right? So let me go back. Let me get to home. Okay, on this start screen, you can still see these tabs here. We have recent, we have pinned, we have shared with me. Recent displays some documents I recently accessed. Pin displays any special document that I decided to pin here. All right, but here I don't have any. Shared with me displays some documents I shared with others from here. All right. So if I want to pin any document, I'll just go to this recent, right click and select the pin to list option. Okay, you can see that here. So once I do that, once I click on pin, I'll see the document appear here. All right. So we will be creating most of our work using blank documents. Okay, so that's what we'll be working with here. So I'll select blank document. Okay, as the blank document opens, this is the interface you will see. At this section, you have some major tabs, all right? So we are landed on the home tab. Anytime you open the blank document, you are landed on the home tab. So this home tab contains some other commands under it, which you can also call ribbons, all right? For example, if I want to make any text I have here bold, I'll go with this, italicize this, underline this, and so many others. So as we make progress, you understand the importance of all these ribbons, okay? So we have insert also as a major tab, which allows you to insert objects into your Word document. Okay, for example, I want to insert pictures, I'll go with this. We have draw, which allows you to draw on this Word document. So if you want to make a drawing, you can use the draw any of this ink, all right? We have design, which allows you to choose a different design for your document, all right? You can assign color, you can assign different fonts, you can choose any of these document formatting designs, okay? You can apply watermark, all right? You can change your page color, you can change page borders, okay? Anything. All right, so the layout allows you to change the layout of your document. Take, for example, you want to change the margins, okay? The size, you go with this, the margins, you go with this, the orientation. By default, you are placed a portrait, okay? But if you want it to print on landscape, you can switch that from here, all right? So that is that. This is column. Okay, we have references tab, which allows you to assign reference, which allows you to place references on your document. Okay, for example, we have table of contents option. You want to create table of contents, come to this section. If you want to add footnotes, go with this option. Okay, so if you want to make further research, you want the document to help you make further research. Maybe you have a keyword you want to know something about. Okay, you can just go with the research, type the word, and it gives you the feedback on that. Okay, we have review, which allows you to check through what you have already have in your document. Okay, check, for example, you want to check the spelling of what you have here, whether your spellings are correct. You go with this command, it will give you feedback. Maybe you have a word here you want to find, okay, a word that is closer or similar in meaning to that. Select that word and hit this, okay. So word count, this allows you to know the word count you have already typed, okay. So let's go to view. It allows you to view your document differently. Help allows you to get help from Microsoft. Okay, maybe you want to contact support or you need help on some things or some commands here. You can go with this. Okay, so let's get back to the home page. All right. Okay, one thing is very important before you start composing your document. I advise you first save that document, okay, so that you don't lose your data. So when you save that document, as you type, maybe after 2 minutes, you still click on the save button. All right, so let's save this. So for us to save, click on File, select Save As, then select Browse. Then navigate to a folder in your PC where you want to save this. So let me select the document folder. So I'll click here. So I'll give it a name of my choice. So under file name, let me call this sample document. Okay. Let's say GTech sample document. Okay. Okay. Under save as type, leave it as Word document. Okay. Please don't change that. Then after that, click on save button. Here we have saved our document for the first time. So you say back this document up, access anywhere from OneDrive. No, I don't want to back it up here. So let's just hold it for now. Okay, now at this place, you can see the toolbar section. This is the toolbar section, all right? Okay, let's say you want any document you create here to be saved automatically on OneDrive. You can enable this auto save option. What it does is that as you are creating your document, as you're typing your data, everything in that document is saved on OneDrive. OneDrive is a cloud storage service developed by Microsoft. Okay, so let's take, for example, you travel somewhere tomorrow, you can log into OneDrive and retrieve this document. Okay, I have a video on this channel, so check the link in the description below so that you know more about OneDrive. So if you want automatic saving or cloud, just turn on this button, but I don't want that, okay? This is the undo button and this is the redo button, okay? So let's get started, okay? So let's start typing some text on our document. So for you to do that, just press the keys of your computer keyboard. Let's say I want to type, I will teach you something of value. So start typing the keys, okay? I'll, you. So as you press the letter keys of your keyboard, the text will reflect on this word processor, all right? I now have some sentences in this Word document. I copied it from one of my old blogs. So I want to use it to explain how you can use this Microsoft Word further, okay? The first thing I want us to talk about is paragraph. How do you create paragraph in Word documents? For you to create paragraph in Word document, just place your cursor where you want the paragraph to start and press the enter key of your computer keyboard. Okay, you can see the text does not continue from here again, but it jumps to a new line. Okay, so that is how you create paragraph in Word document. But if you want to use the old style, your cursor should be where you want the paragraph to be created in the old stylish way. Then click on this. This is increased indent. So once you click on this, it pushes the text forward. Okay, but it pushes the text inside. But this time doesn't rain again. So this side doesn't rain again. So let's undo it. So we get to how we were before. Okay, now you can type special characters in Word document. And for you to do that, take for example, I want to type the @ symbol. Press the shift key, press and hold on the shift key of your computer keyboard, and then press the @ maybe the @ in this my PC, it appears at the top of number 2. Okay, so press it and the @ appears. Okay, if you want to use percent, just still press and hold on the shift key and press the key number 5, which has percent on top. Okay, and also if you want to use the icon, just press and hold on shift key and press number 7 of your computer keyboard, which is where the and icon appears at the top. Okay, so the position may vary in different keyboards of a computer or laptop, but what is important is that you press and hold the shift key and then press the key for you to insert the special character you want to have in your document. Okay, alternatively, you can insert these special characters by going to the Insert tab. Okay, click on Insert tab, then click on Symbol. Okay, you can see some of these symbols, special characters you can use. If you want to see more, go with the option More Symbols. Okay, okay, this opens a page fully, so you can scroll down until you get to the special character you want to apply. So in this case, let me get to one of them. Okay, let's say I want to apply this this pound symbol. I'll click on that and then click on insert. You can see it has appeared here. All right, so let me close it. But the fastest way you can do that is through your keyboard keys, which I explained first. Okay, let's get to the home tab again. To the home tab. Okay, take for example, you want to bold some text in your document. Okay, you can do that through the commands that are made available in the home tab. So let me push this down and then give this document a title. Okay, let's say the name or the title of this is Who is to be blamed. Okay, okay, after typing this, one of the ways you can differentiate it from the rest part of the content is by making it bold. So I will highlight it, then click on bold button. And you can see this text is now made bolder than the rest. If I want to underline, I will just select it and then click on the underline button. Okay. Then if I want to italicize, I go with this. If I want to strike through, I go with this. Okay. So the more you make use of this, you understand how they work. Okay, if you don't want that particular command to be applied again, click on that. You can see the strike through has disappeared. Okay, now you can change the text color, which is what you call the font color, For you to change the font color, click here and then select a new color of your choice. As you can see, this is now made blue, okay? Different from the black text color. So let me undo it. Good. For you to remove this underline, you can select all the text again and click the underline button. And it has gone, okay? All right, let's talk about how to align text. By default, once you open your blank document and you're typing text, everything is aligned towards the left, okay? But you can decide to align everything as justify or towards the right or towards the center, okay? Most times titles are aligned at the center. So for me to align this to the center, I will select it and then go with this option, align center, okay? You can see this title now is placed at the center of this document, okay? Okay, so if I want to go towards the right, I'll go with this, but it's not okay. So let me get it towards the center. Okay, the rest of the contents of the article, I can decide to justify. So I'll select all. Remember to select, you have to press and hold on the left button of your mouse and then drag down, okay? Okay, after the selection, so this is justify, which balances everything between the right margin and the left margin, okay? So I'll click here and everything is justified. If you look at this content, you see that everything looks kind of small. So we can increase the size of the text. For you to increase the text size, come to this section and click, and then select a number of your choice. I can decide to go with 12, I can decide to go with 14, I can decide to go with 16. I can even decide to type a value here, which is 13, and press enter key of my computer keyboard. Everything is now being affected, okay? All right. So you can decide also to change the spacing. The spacing is small, and because the spacing is small, it may be difficult for you to read through these documents. So I recommend to use a spacing of 1.5 or 2.0. Okay. So for us to change the spacing, make sure you're on the home tab first, and then click here, and then select a spacing of your choice. So let's go with 1.5. So I'll click out. You can see you can now easily read this text more than how it was before. Okay, once you open a blank document and you start working with it, there's what you call fonts. It affects the way your text is arranged or the way your text appears. So you are assigned calibrate body by default, okay? But you may have intention to change it to something different. You may not like this and maybe want to use Times New Roman or any other style of your choice. You can try so many of them until you arrive at what fits into the kind of content you are creating at that point in time. For you to assign a different font to your text, just select the text, okay? Just I have done. After the selection of the text, click in this fonts area, okay? And then select any one that you feel is okay for you. You can apply this. If you're not okay with that, you can go with another option. If you're not okay with that, you can even use the search to search for anyone you like. For me, I like using Times New Roman. So I will type Times New Roman here, okay, and you can see it here, so I will select it. This has now changed the look of this text, okay. Okay, maybe you want to make a list, maybe you want to list names of fruits, okay. Maybe you went to market and you bought some fruits and you want to report them in your documents, okay. So let's say this is the title, so I will make it bold. After that, you start listing them, okay? There are different types of lists you can use in Microsoft Word. This one is bulleted. You can use number list and some others, okay? But the most popular are just this number and the number list. So for you to apply list, just click and you can see this bullet is assigned. Let's say the first fruit I purchased from the market is mango. After that, you press the enter key and another bullet is assigned automatically. Then you name the second fruit, let's say is pear. After that, press the enter key. Let's say the third is cucumber. After that, you press the enter key. So these are just the steps you need to take to use list in Microsoft Word, okay? So let's erase that and continue our teaching. You can mark different text in your document as headings. Okay. Headings help you when you want to create table of contents. Okay. Take for example, you are writing an article that is made up of so many headings. Okay. The first, for example, this one now, who is to be blamed, is the main heading. Okay. So, but documents does not know this as a heading unless you tell him that it is a heading. Okay. And how you do that is to select that text just as I have done, and I can give this heading 1. All right, this is heading 1. The heading 1 has the bigger size of text. Okay, and remember, once you assign a heading to any text you select, it is aligned to the left automatically. So because it's my heading, is the main title, I will just take it to the center. Okay, now the subheadings here may be what you need to do. So I'll highlight this and then mark it as heading 2. Okay, then I can shift this up as one of my points. I can make it just bold. Okay, solution can be another heading I am creating in this document. So I'll highlight it and call it heading 2. Heading 2 is lesser in size than heading 1, okay? And heading 3 is lesser in size than heading 2. That is how it works. So let me keep on scrolling down. Money, issue, and solution. So I'll highlight it. I want to mark it as heading. So I'll give it heading 2. I can move down. This is academic problem and solution. This is another heading in this document. So I'll mark it as heading 2. Okay? So keep on doing that until you mark all the text you want to have as a heading in the document. Okay. Okay, so I have marked all the areas I want to have as heading in this document. And now it is time for me to have them in my table of content. So I want to create table of content based on this heading I mark in this document. So how do I do that? The first is to click on the area where you want to have the table of contents. Okay, but you can see who is to be blamed being the title of this document occupies the largest space. So I'll push it down. Then I get up. All right, you can see this document is still detecting that this area is marked as heading 1. The reason is because I moved this title, who is to be blamed, from there down. Okay, so it has marked that area, that line, as heading 1 already. So I will return to normal. For me to return to normal, I'll click here. As you can see, everything is now in normal. But this one is heading 1, this is heading 2. So let me push down a little and then I will create my contents. Okay, I can call it contents or table of contents, anyone. All right, this being my content supposed to be a heading too as well. Okay, it's going to be a heading. So I'll mark it as heading 1 because it's part of this my document. Okay, so I'll go down. Okay, all right. So this is where I want to list my table of contents. And for me to do that, if you can remember when I was explaining the tabs, table of contents is inside the references tab. So I'll click on references tab. And you can see table of contents here. So I'll click on that. Then you have to choose whether you want this program to assign table of contents automatically with page number. Okay, that is why you have this sample here. You have this sample here. So you have this one also custom table of contents. We're going to work with this and this part as well. So let me just go with the auto assignment again. First of all, so I'll select this. You can see this has assigned table of contents automatically to this document. Okay, so those ones you mark as heading are now assigned as contents. Okay, first is contents, which is in page 1. Second is who is to be blamed, which is in page 1 too. Who you need, what you need to do, page 1. And money, issue, and solution, page 2. Academic problem and solution is page 2. This is based on the areas we marked as heading. But if you're a blogger, you must have noticed that blogs don't have page numbers. And in a situation like that, you need a table of contents without a page number. All right. So for you to do that, let's undo this action, and then I will guide you on how you can assign table of contents without page number. All right. Already we're on the references tab. That is where you have a command or a ribbon you can use to assign table of contents. After that, click on the table of contents option and select custom table of contents. Okay, you can see here this opens a dialog box. So here this option is checked, show page numbers and right align numbers. We say no, we don't need page numbers, so we select this. Okay, under general we can see formats. We want the table of contents that will be assigned to be the from template formats. You can change that, maybe you want distinctive or something different. But let's go with the default selection and uncheck this. So after that, click on OK. You can see our table of contents have been assigned without page number. Okay. Okay. Since we have completed some tasks on the area of home tab, okay, let's go to insert tab. Okay. As I stated earlier, insert tab allows us to insert some objects in the document. I will not cover everything here, but I will highlight on some basic ones. Okay. Take for example, you want to insert a picture in your document. The first step you need to take is to click on the spot where you want that picture to be inserted, okay? Just as I have done here. Then click on pictures. Select where you want to source your image. Do you want to source it from your PC, or do you want to get a stock image that is already on Microsoft Gallery section, okay? Or you want to go with online pictures. Any option is okay by you. So but here, let's go with the device option. So I'll click here. This automatically opens my gallery section or the picture section of my computer. So I will then navigate to where I saved the picture I want to use. So I'll double click here and select this. After that, I'll click on insert. And as you can see, this picture is now inserted in this my document. I can decide to reshape it. For me to reshape a picture, take my cursor here and press and hold on the left button. I'll drag up, okay? And then I can drag this way. I can drag this way, okay? So just shape your picture the way you want it to be in the document, all right? So you have understood this. Let me undo it. Okay, remember, as I said, as we add more content, always save. So I'll click on save button. Okay, let's talk about inserting of shape. Go to the insert tab. Then here you can see some options. Here you can see some options. After pictures, you have shapes, you have icons. So let me go with shapes. Then let's say I want to insert rectangle here. So I'll click on rectangle. Then get to the area of your document where you want to have that rectangle. Then press and hold on the left button of your mouse and then drag in one direction. You can see I have a rectangular shape here. Immediately you draw a rectangle, a subtab is created. You can see the subtab named shape format. All right. So this allows you to format the shape further. All right. For example, if I want to change the fill color, I will click here. Maybe I want to go with the option of green. I will select green. Okay. You can see it has changed. Or maybe I don't even want any fill at all. I'll go with the option no fill. So with this, we only have rectangle here, all right? Okay, let's talk about design. So click on design tab. Okay, design tab has some commands that allow you to redesign your document, okay? So this is a style known as basic simple. This is another style. It changes the font color and also assign a different font type to the document, okay? If you want to go with this, go with this. If you want to go with that, so you can experiment with any of them you want, okay? But by default this is selected, okay? All right, so let's say if you want to change colors. For you to change color on the document, click here and then you select a new color of your choice, which will affect any of the document formatting option you want to go with, okay? So let me undo that. Good. Another ribbon you have under the design tab is watermark. If you have seen some documents that have text like confidential at the background, that is created with the watermark tool. Also, you might have some documents delivered to you, and that document is sent by a particular company. So the company may have their logo at the background. Okay, that is being created using the watermark tool. All right. So for you to assign watermark to this, first is you'll be on the design tab and then select watermark. Okay, if I select this option now, you will see that it will be automatically assigned. You can see confidential at the background. Okay, but I can decide to go with a custom option. And for me to go with the custom option, as I click on watermark, I'll go with the option custom watermark. And here now it wants you to type the name, the text. Okay, if you don't want to go with text, you want to go with picture. Maybe you have an image or your company logo. Select this picture option and then navigate to your PC, select the option, select picture, and then navigate to your PC and then get that picture. Okay, let's go with this. And let's say this is my company logo. All right, so let's say it is this. I'll select it and click on insert and click on OK. You can see now this my image, this my picture has now appeared at the background of this document, which is my company logo in this case. But it cannot be anywhere. So let's get back to watermark and now we teach you something else. Okay, under custom watermark, let's say I want to use text. So I'll click on custom watermark and then here I will select the option text. Okay, then after selecting the option text, I can decide to apply a text as my watermark. Let's say Godwin Tech. All right, now that I'm done typing the text I want to have as my watermark, I'll click on apply. Close this dialog box. You can see Godwin Tech now is now applied as the watermark to this document. Okay, you can see that. Okay, what of at a point you don't want to apply any watermark to your document, you want to go back to the default status of your document. For you to remove watermark, as usual, be on the design tab and then click on watermark and select remove watermark. As you can see, everything has gone. So there's no watermark applied to this document again. Okay, so let's go to layouts. In this layout, you can change the size of your documents and you can change so many things the way the document is being printed out. The first is margin. So let's click on margin. Here by default, we have this margin of 1 inch by 1 inch all round in this document. But maybe you don't want to have any margin at all. Just go with this option custom margin and in the margin area assign 000 value to all. Okay, so with that you will not have any margin. Okay, or maybe you want to select a different margin that is different from what is assigned by default. You can go with this option narrow 0.5 inches. You can go with this top is 1 inch, by the left is 0.75, by the bottom is 1 inch, by the right is 0.75. So okay, so that is how you can change the margin in a document. Okay, let's talk about orientation. Orientation affects the way your document is printed out. You may not see the impact when you change it here, but when you print your document from your computer. Okay, so by default, portrait is selected, but if you want your document to be printed in landscape format or in landscape way, you go with option landscape. Okay, you can see it has now affected the size of the document. So once this is printed out, it appears broader than the usual portrait style. Okay, so let's switch back to portrait. Okay, size allows you to change the size of your document before it is being printed out. Okay, as a publisher, there are some standard sizes we use when you are self-publishing your book. Okay, we have 6 by 9 and we have 6 by 9 and we have some other formats. Okay, so maybe as a self-publisher you want to format your book in a way that it will appear once it's printed out. It's not going to be the default A4 format that is being assigned in MS Word documents. For you to change that, click on size. You can go with any of these options if it fits in. Okay, I have published a book using 8.5 inches by 11 inches. So I can go with that if that's what I want to use. But if you want something different, go with the option more paper sizes. Okay, so here assign the value you want to have as your width and the value you want to have as your height, which after that you click OK. We go to references. References contain some ribbons or some commands that you can use to create reference in a document. Okay, so take for example, this is a book and I want to mark some keywords that I want to have in the index area. We can do that from this references tab. Okay, so let's say the word unemployment issue is a keyword. I'll mark it. I'll select it first of all, mark as entry, and then select mark all. What this means is that I'm instructing this Word document to mark anywhere he sees unemployment issue as a major keyword in this document because I want to have it in the index area. Okay, then let's say Amazon Kindle is a keyword. I'll select it, mark entry, and then mark all. The same instruction given. Okay, let's say academic problem, or let's say school is a keyword. I'll mark it, then I'll select it, mark entry, mark all, close. Okay, I keep on going down. So you select all the keywords you want to have in your index area. Okay, so let's pick one more. Okay, let's say independent author is a keyword here. So I'll select it and then mark entry and then mark all. Remember, we are marking all these entries because we want to create index. Okay, I hope you get that. So what you're learning in this stage is how to create index in Word documents. Okay, so let's move down to the area where we want to have the index listed. But before then, let's return this our document to normal. For you to return your document to normal before you assign index, just click on home. Then click on this. You can see this is show or hide, show paragraph marks and other hidden formatting symbols. Okay, so we want to hide all these paragraph and the rest formatting symbols. So I'll click on that. Good, we have returned to normal. Okay, this is the last page of a document or a book. Okay, so I'll have this as index. So I can make it bold. Let me just make it bold. So I'll get here on both this line. Now let's now insert our index. So remember we are in references, so it's inside references tab. So I'll click on references. You can see the insert index option here. So I'll click on that. Okay, it shows us the preview of what we are going to have at the end. Okay, and here you say we should select format. You can go with the option from template. I can switch to fancy or any other option. Then we click on OK. You can see it has shown us that the word Amazon Kindle appears in page 1 of this document and the word school appears in page 2 and the word unemployment issue appears in page 1 and the word independent author appears in page 1. So if you are maybe reading through that book and you are looking for a particular keyword, index can help you get to the place where that particular keyword is mentioned and you get what you want within a short time. Okay, let's go to review tab. Okay, so for you to access the ribbons or the commands in the review tab, just click on review. Okay, now this review has some tools that allows you to review the content you have in your document. Okay, take for example, I want to know how accurate the grammar I have in this document content is. Okay, I'll click on editor. Now the editor has now scored me that I have 97%, which means that everything here is almost properly formatted. Okay, so formal writing. So we can click here to see some options to show that this is a formal writing and not a professional writing. Okay, you can, okay, correction here, it says spelling. My spellings are okay. Grammar, two, that means it dictates two grammatical errors. But note, most times these suggestions are not always accurate. Okay, so let me read through this and see what it says. They are married and to you it is getting late. Okay, so what it's telling us here is that we need to select this option because there is need to be comma. You can see that. So you can see that. So that is how it works. Okay, so let's go to another tool under the review. Spelling check. So when you click on this, it will tell you about your grammar. Spelling and grammar is being checked, not only spelling here. Okay. Now let's work with this. These two help us to find words that are similar in meaning. Okay, let's take for example now. I want to find a word that is similar in meaning to this word younger. What I need to do is just to double click for it to be selected. Then I'll click on this tool. Okay, it has shown me here that I have an answer. It say newer, earlier, fresher. Okay, so it's a wonderful tool, though it gave me notification before. Well, it still did a nice job. Okay, now word count summarizes and gives you reports of the word count you have here. So I'll click on that. So it can tell us that I have 4 pages here and word count of 361 characters with no spaces, 3,529. Okay, and 92 lines and the rest. Okay, so this gives you the details about the word count you have in your document. So I'll close that. We have another tool inside this review tab called read aloud. It reads your text to your hearing. Okay, the content of your document, it reads it to your hearing. So if you don't have strength to start reading through the text you have in your document, read aloud can help you. And for you to use this, first click on the spot in your document where you want it to start acting. Okay. After that, click on the read aloud and ensure your PC is connected to the internet before you use this feature. Okay. So I'll click.
Who is to be blamed? Life is a journey which every living soul on this earth is a partaker. You are a member of this party once you are born. But the issue is that many people are not happy in their existence in this life due to one reason or the other.
Beautiful. So anytime you want to pause it, just click on the pause button and close. Okay. So that is how this feature works. Okay, let's go to view tab. In the view tab, it allows you to view your document differently. So here, the print layout mode is selected because it knows that we are composing something. Okay, but after you're done with your composition of the text you want to have in your document, you can switch. Maybe you want to read it, so you can switch to read mode. This allows you to read the text you have in your document easily without stress. You can see everything now is showing very clearly. Okay, after that, I want to return to the document. Just press the escape key of your computer keyboard. And here we are. Okay. If you want to see how this text we have here will appear on the web, you go with the web layout. Maybe you're a publisher, sorry, maybe you're a content creator on the web, that's a blogger. You can say, okay, let me check how this will look on the web. So you select the web layout and it shows you how this will appear when you post it as a blog post in your website. So let's go back to the print layout and then go to home. Okay, here we have help tab. So when you click on it, you will see all these commands that allows you to get help in Microsoft Word. Okay, Maybe there's something you want to read more about Microsoft Word, click on this. If you want to contact support, click on this. If you want to give feedback based on this Word program, click on feedback. If you want them to train you, go with this. If you want to know what's new in Microsoft Word, go with this. Okay, it's as simple as that. So let's return back to home. I would like to conclude this tutorial by teaching about page numbering in Microsoft Word document. Page numbering is a way of assigning page numbers to different pages of a document. You can number a document with one number type, and you can number a document with two different types of numbers. Okay? For example, you can number with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. And you can number with IV, and the rest in the same document. Okay? First, let me walk you through on how to number a document with one type of page numbering. Okay? For you to do that, click on Insert, click on Page Number, and select the position where you want to assign the page number. Here you have top of the page, bottom of the page, page margins. But here, let's go with the bottom of the page, which is the more popular one. So I'll click on that, and then I'll go with plain number 2. As you can see, a page number is assigned to this page, to these pages, okay? These pages of this document. So that is it on how to number document with one single type of number. So if I click out, you can see everything, how it shows up clearly, okay? Okay, let me undo that. All right, the page numbers have gone. So what if you want to have this look like a real book, whereby the copyright page and the table of contents are numbered with a unique number type like and the rest starting from chapter 1 are numbered with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the rest. So let me shape the document the way I want it to be. Okay, so you can see this chapter 1 is on a different page. Why the contents, I have not assigned table of contents because I have not numbered the document. So it's after the page numbering that I will go ahead and insert table of contents. I've already walked you through on how you can insert table of contents in this tutorial, okay? For this method to work, you have to break this document into sections. The copyright page and the table of content page will be section 1, while starting from chapter 1 down will be section 2. So let me walk you through on how you can do that. So this is the copyright page. Let me move down. This is content page. So I will have my cursor blink here, okay, which is the last page of the section 1, though I have not assigned these sections, okay. So for me to assign a section, to break this document into sections, I'll click on layout, then I'll select the option break, okay, then I'll click on next page. Now, with these simple actions we took right now, this document has now been broken into two sections. For you to see if it's true, take your cursor to this area and double click. Okay, this footer area, double click there. You can see this report shows that this footer is section 1 and this header is section 2. So the whole of this down is section 2. Okay, so since we have broken this document into two sections, let's get to this first page of the section 1. Okay, then as usual, click on insert, then select the option page number, and then select format page number. Okay, because we want to number this section 1 with I, and the rest, click here and select I, and the rest. Okay, Then come down to this section and click select this box start at. Okay, you can see I is assigned automatically. What this means is that we want this section 1, the first page of this section 1, to start with I. So click on OK. Now that we have given the instruction, let's go ahead and still assign page numbers. Okay, we are still here, our cursor is still here. So click on page number, select the position where you want to insert the page number. As usual, want to go with the bottom. Okay, then go with this option. And here we can see the first page of section 1 has I, then the second page has II. Okay, then let's get to section 2. You can see this section 2 starts with 3. Okay, but we want it to start with 1. That is the chapter 1 page. For you to do that, just click on this option under this header and footer, click on link to previous. What this means is that once we click on this, we are telling the Word document that we don't want you to link the previous section with this section too. So click on that. Good. After that, get to page number, select format page number. Okay, by default, this number format is selected already, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, then get to this section and click on Start At. Now, 1 is assigned automatically. What we are telling this program is this. For the first page of section 2, start with 1. Okay, and name down. Then click on OK. You can see this chapter 1 has started with page number of 1. The same goes on 3 and the rest. Okay, so these are the ways you can number your document with different number types. Okay, so once we are done with the numbering, with the division and the numbering, you can come here and insert your table of contents fully. Okay, I have a book in the description on Microsoft Word. I'm recommending that book for you if you want to read further. Just go and buy that book from Amazon and read. Okay, thank you for watching. You can also watch this video on how to use Microsoft Excel, which is part of Microsoft 365. You will gain a lot of knowledge from it. If you find this guide helpful, please subscribe by hitting the subscribe button. With that done, anytime I publish a new video on technology, which is what this channel is all about, how to use some software and how to complete some tasks that has to do with computer and mobile devices, you will get notification on that. So learn to be updated. Alright? Like this video and leave a comment. See you next time.